From coast to coast of Ireland, our old buildings are calling out to be loved and lived in. But restoration is no easy task. Who dares take on the challenge of reclaiming our ruins as homes fit for the future? The M4 motorway from Dublin to Mullingar shadows the old road through County Westmeath. On this island between the old and the new, Coralstown Village's former school had been empty for 7 years before local woman, chartered accountant Jill Levy, snapped it up.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, Jill?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Lovely to see you.
You too.
You're well.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
She's about to turn 29 and, priced out of Dublin, she's taking up the challenge of restoring the schoolhouse as her first home.
Goodness, look at the size of this room. Isn't this just terrific, Jill?
This cavernous space once housed the junior and senior classrooms.
Tell us now, do you remember this school?
I do remember from coming here to vote with my parents back in the day. But also my dad would have gone to primary school here and he remembers it fondly, so he tells me.
You live close to here?
Well, I grew up about 1 kilometre away.
So you're not a blow-in?
Oh no.
Isn't that great? How did you end up buying this school?
I'm living in Dublin at the moment. I'm renting there. Everything that was kind of within my budget was just not great. I think it's just really hard to buy in Dublin at the moment. Even if you are on a decent salary, I still think it's a struggle. You know, to get something that you feel you've actually gotten value for. And then one day I was on the way home from work and it could have been raining. I don't know if it was raining or not, but about 5 buses had passed me by, all full. Then I was like, right, this is it. I'm just gonna move out the country somewhere. And Dad was like, the school. Come on, we'll go up and look at the school. And then I was like, actually, no. But apparently before they put it up on the market, like all the local teenagers would come in here and they had like all mattresses all spread out on the ground.
Party Central.
Yeah.
Once Jill had cleared away the mattresses, she was left with an exceptionally solid structure.
It's interesting because it's mass concrete.
Yes, 13 inches of mass concrete.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not going to fall down.
It's great until I'm trying to cut out some windows.
Yeah, a bit difficult.
And that's not great, yeah.
Jill plans to carve out 2 large windows in the solid concrete wall.
You have an old extension out there.
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that extension and I will be building an extension almost in its place, but it'll be at an angle so that it'll get some better sunlight.
So Jill, let's go over here now and chat about your plans.
The old school building housed one large room with a fireplace at either end and a foldable divide in the centre to separate the junior and senior classes, each of which entered via their own porch. It will become an open-plan living room with a raised kitchen dining space and a pantry and bathroom packed into one corner. The old porches will house electrical and plumbing infrastructure and a road-facing back door. An extension built in the 2000s to house bathrooms will be pulled down. In its place, Jill is building an extension as big as the school itself. It will house 2 bedrooms downstairs and a bathroom in between. Up a new staircase, a snug leads to Jill's office, bathroom and bedroom. A glazed corridor will link new and old, with the main door at its centre. It's a large project, and Hugh is keen that Jill keeps it simple where she can.
Why are you raising the floor?
Like it'll create 2 zones, you know, it kind of separates the room. So I have my kitchen side and my living room side.
So when I arrive up at the house, you're saying I'm going to enter over there. And I arrive in and I go up steps.
Yes.
How many steps?
2.
So I come up 2,
Yeah.
come in the door,
Yeah.
come in here, and then I go down 2.
If you want to go to the living room.
Okay, and if I want to go to the bedrooms on the other side, I go
Down 2.
2.
Yes.
So why have you 2 steps? Just get rid of them.
But I like the idea. And then it also It means that if you're on the kitchen side, you can like look over the living room and see out those windows.
Hugh's unconvinced by Jill's complicated layout plans.
I don't know if I want to go through the pantry to the loo.
He has thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works. Hugh thinks it's weird to walk through a pantry into a bathroom. Maybe he has a point, I don't know. So I'll have to think about that.
Personally, I put a wall here.
Yeah.
I do back-to-back cabinets. And they go up to whatever height you want. No ceiling. And your utility is you go around.
So it's kind of hidden.
Yeah.
With the addition of a floating wall, Jill won't need to break up the schoolroom with a separate pantry. Jill also plans to reconfigure the layout of the old school by moving the front door to the new linking corridor. But Hugh has other ideas.
I think your entrance should be there.
Hugh believes that the school's original front door was perfectly placed.
Let's go down here and pretend that possibly I enter your home here.
But what if you, like as a guest?
I'm coming in this door.
Okay. What if you lived here?
I'm coming in this door.
But what about when you have your groceries?
You come in this door. There's the kitchen and there's the pantry.
Jill's struggling with the idea of not coming in via the back of the house as per the country tradition.
So what? I'm going to have everybody trooping by the windows, in a door, upstairs, into a hall, only to come back in here. I think you just need to think about your plan. Honestly.
Okay.
Because
But I had thought about it.
I'm absolutely sure you did. But now you're pressing the button to build it.
This is Jill's last chance to simplify her design and make the most of the original layout of the school.
Jill, you have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm actually going to be the builder.
Congratulations.
Thanks, yeah.
Jill will oversee the project, employing individual tradespeople for each task.
Hopefully it'll run really smoothly. I mean, it will run really smoothly.
That's much better.
Yes.
Well done.
She's taking full responsibility. Let's hope she has backup.
Will anybody be helping you?
It's a family affair.
It's a
so
family
everyone's
affair.
going to have to help.
They're all going.
Yes.
So you'll be just
I'll just-
managing.
Yes, yes. That's the role of a builder, isn't it?
With a project of this scale, support will be invaluable.
And so you have your Excel sheet
Oh, yeah.
all done out, everything, who's doing what.
Yes. I am
And
queen
money.
of Excel.
Can I just now ask you about your budget?
Oh, yes, of course.
So you bought the house for
180,000.
including an acre.
Yes.
Great. And you're going to spend how much?
I am going to spend about 370,000.
Okay.
Yes.
And does that include the vacant property and derelict home grant?
Yes, so I have been approved for the full 70,000
Well done.
of the vacant property and derelict top-ups.
Great. And you'll get a bit of SEAI grants as well.
Yes, I should get. I'm putting in a heat pump and plan to do like all the energy upgrades, so I'll get a couple of those as well.
What's your timeline?
So I am hoping to finish up by my birthday next year, which is in October.
Great.
So it gives me a year, basically.
12 months.
Yeah,
Good. Which is doable.
ample time.
Well, it's
I think.
doable.
Practicalities behind them, Hugh has one final vision for this building.
What colour is the school?
It's an off-white.
Oh,
It's
good.
not white.
It's not pink.
No.
Should
not
be
pink.
pink.
No, that'd be awful. Like
be
pink,
fine.
like that kind of pink.
No, like a dusty pink.
Yeah, and I do love pink. And growing up, I did want to live in a pink house and drive a pink Mini. And I actually did want to live in a housing estate in Dublin, though. That was my dream when I was younger, and work in a travel agent, so I could have my nails done and like point out on the map where people needed to go.
Perfect. Perfect. Whereas now,
Yeah.
you're rolling up your sleeves, becoming a builder.
Yeah.
Just love it. I
Yeah.
think you're gas.
Really?
I do, honestly. You have some nerve.
I know.
Less than 24 hours later, Jill's new life in construction, or perhaps deconstruction, begins.
We are essentially clearing the site, making the driveway and then demolishing the old extension that's on the schoolhouse. Planning. I've been in the planning phase for so long that now it's nice to be in the construction phase and to actually see like movement.
Jill's dad, Vincent, is here to help.
It's super to be able to give Jill a hand to get into her new home and give her a leg up.
While demolition flies ahead, Jill's still adjusting the budget spreadsheet in her head.
I have my budget done up and it looks okay at the moment. There are a couple of things that I just didn't factor in. With my scaffolding, I thought I'd be able to buy that secondhand and then sell it on after. But it actually turns out that that's probably not the best option just from a health and safety perspective. So I'm going to go with a rental company. Then any overruns on that is going to start clocking up again. So little costs like that are kind of creeping in.
Every extra spend must be balanced with a cut.
Kind of done my budget in a way that I've included all my nice things. So every time something else crops up, I'm kind of like, well, just won't be able to get that fancy tap or that nice sink or that nice bath or whatever. I think we've made a good start today, but I think it is just about keeping going then and not letting a couple of weeks go by without doing anything. I'll keep the momentum up and yeah, I'll get there.
Jill's hotting up to be a construction professional, but she can't be on site every day to keep things moving. She rents and works in Dublin, a 45-minute drive away.
It's been a busy week at work and also a busy week in the school, so Dad's kind of holding down the fort there. Yeah, it's a bit hairy.
Her wish for the project to move forward fast has been granted and more. The team laying pipes arrived early.
The guys that were basically meant to come on Monday, they actually ended up showing up on Saturday morning. So Dad had called me in a panic, been like, oh, the guys are here, like, do you have any plans? And I was in Dublin and I was kind of saying, yeah, I'll just draw them now and I'll send you a picture. And I was like sending Dad like WhatsApp pictures and he was like, this is not very clear. And he was trying to print them out at home so he could bring them down. And then I was meant to go off to my Pilates class and it was all a bit of a mess. So, you know, at the end of the day, like it was just too stressful because understandably nobody wants to make the decision for me because in case then it all went wrong and I ended up with a wonky place toilet or whatever. So I just packed up my stuff and headed home to oversee things because I realised that I was a bit useless in Dublin.
At the start of November, the old building faces its first changes as two large sections of its sidewall are cut away. One as a link to the extension and the other as a large window. The future extension was designed by architect Alex Stuper.
I met Jill at a wedding a few years ago and she found out I was an architect, started asking questions. I wasn't taking it too seriously at the start and we had the napkin out and we were maybe drawing a few ideas and it was maybe a few weeks after she actually tracked me down. That's when I kind of realised that maybe this is going to be more than just a sketch on a napkin.
Alex was won over by Jill's excitement about big ideas.
As an architect, it became evident very quickly that she was very resourceful.
She's good at inspiring people to help, but ultimately, Jill has to make all of the decisions herself. On weekends and in the evenings, she has to research materials and finishes. She's already getting a touch of decision fatigue about the less visible materials.
I don't really mind making those little decisions about like the joists and stuff. I'm kind of like, oh, just tell me what this one does and what that one does and just pick one of them. Like you're not going to see them. People would probably say that's the wrong way to do it too.
Jill's just had the school's original fireplace sandblasted, and that's given her a taste for tones and textures.
I really do like how it came up. I don't know how I feel about the grey on it, the limestone, because like it's obviously really nice, but with my interiors I was gonna go more like cream, like beige and stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I also don't know what these things are. I think that one comes out maybe to like hang my stockings on at Christmas. I don't know. Yeah.
Christmas is less than a month away, and 7 weeks since work began here in Coralstown. Jill's new extension is fast taking shape behind the old school. Hugh's back on site to meet Jill and her mum Leslie, a former school teacher.
Good day.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Lovely to see you again.
Nice to see
You're
you.
well.
Hi, Hugh.
Lovely to see you.
Leslie, Jill's
Leslie,
mom, yeah.
how are you?
Fáilte go dtí bailiú Crail.
They're facing a conundrum that centres around the school's plaque, which has been there since the building was constructed in the 1930s.
I think this sign is yummy. And funnily enough, it sort of reinforces the social importance of the school.
Definitely would be nice to leave it so that it still looks like a school
Yeah, from the outside.
from the outside.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, preserving the plaque is proving tricky.
I need to take the plaque off the school to put it back on because I'm doing external insulation.
I don't believe you get that stone out.
They'll need to figure out a way of keeping the plaque visible if the new insulating layer is added. Hugh's still hoping to have his way as to the exterior colour.
And it's going to be vivid pink. Isn't that nice?
Don't know about that.
What? Would you not like vivid pink?
I don't know whether pink will suit Jill's aesthetic, will it?
I don't know. I'll
Will it
see.
fit in?
I'll see.
Leslie and Vincent live a few minutes down the road from the school. Jill's keeping her testers and sample books there.
Well, my plan is to do kind of like a wabi-sabi, kind of like Japandi.
A watty.
Jill's doing an online interiors course. It's already widening her design horizons.
Okay. A Japanese philosophy that there's beauty in the undone, so it's not like perfect.
There's plenty of opportunity for broken beauty in the school's old walls. Minimalist perfection may be harder to achieve.
So it's going to be like Japandi, but it's going to be kind of just minimal, all like beige. So that beige or that cream colour is the cream of my windows. So like then kind of going from that and bringing that through to my walls and like
Okay.
light switches.
Okay. Can I say one thing?
You don't like cream light switches.
No, apart from that, magnolia, that was a thing, you know.
But that's not, do you think that's magnolia?
Jill, most people would look at that and say it's magnolia.
It's not though, because it's like cooler.
Okay.
Because there was another, I know you think it looks like it, but there was another colour, and if you compared the other colour to it, you'd see the difference.
I understand, but nobody goes around with colour cards in their pocket. Okay.
But
That'd be really 60s though, wouldn't it?
what?
That's Scandinavian style.
Today's new look often turns out to be yesterday's outmoded.
You talk to your granny, yeah. When they built their first house, they built it Scandinavian style.
Oh God.
Yeah.
At the start of December, Hugh is back in Coralstown to find out if Jill simplified her layout plans.
There was meant to be a step from the living room up into the kitchen, so I've gotten rid of that.
Super. Then what else now? Your whole door and your entrance, is it still over there?
No, my hall door has has changed
Great.
to one of the porches. My kitchen is still in the same place. That hasn't changed, but it's just the other side, which was originally going to be a guest bathroom. That's gone as well now, so that's going to be my pantry.
Hugh's pleased that some of his advice landed. Out back, construction of Jill's extension is coming along in leaps and bounds.
So Jill, you've really made huge progress, haven't you?
Yeah,
Are you delighted?
so delighted.
Her planning skills have already paid off.
Now, I have to tell you, the amount of progress you've made
Yeah.
is just exceptional, and it looks fabulous.
However, when it comes to Jill's flooring plans, Hugh is less convinced.
I just wanted to do micro cement because I want the same floor finish throughout.
Microcement is a decorative concrete finish, which is having a moment.
I work for an architect
Okay.
who always said you have to chew things.
Shoe.
Yeah, eat. So
Okay.
if somebody gives you some, you eat it
Okay.
and you smell it.
Yes.
Hugh's metaphor may not be working. Jill's wondering if he wants her to actually eat cement.
And then you decide if somebody used it for 20 years.
Yes.
And if they have successfully, then you can use it.
Okay.
And I think micro cement isn't around long enough.
Really?
Yeah.
But they've used it in Spain and Italy.
I accept that, but the climate is so
Yeah.
different.
True. True.
Climate is so different.
With the climate at its grimmest, as the new year begins, Jill's more determined than ever to stick with exterior insulation. With a thick new layer planned to cover the school, she has to find a solution to make the historic plaque line up with it.
The plan was to try and take the stone from the front of the building, then to insulate behind it and then put it back in, and then the external insulation was going to come and meet it, just to make sure there was no area on the wall without insulation on it, and so we could reuse the original plaque.
Former pupil, Dad Vincent's taking on the challenge.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know, Jill, but we're going to see what happens when we get a chisel in behind it, because it seems like there's a hollow there.
Oh, great.
So I'm going to try and get it out.
However, it wasn't that easy to get out. I think it's a larger stone than we had expected.
Yeah, not so simple. I'm in 60, 70 millimeters there, and it's still stone. It's just too much destruction to get it out of where it is now.
It would obviously have been nice to have the original. There's a local guy that actually does slate writing, so he'll be able to make me a new one. It'll hopefully look almost exactly the same.
It's a pity.
Yeah. It's okay, in 100 years when they take the external insulation off, they'll find it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And then they'll be like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Look what we've revealed.
Yeah.
Great house revivals of the future have that to look forward to. Meanwhile, without a hiccup, Jill's brand new extension at the back of the building takes shape. By the start of March, the walls are fully built.
So today the roof is going on finally, which I'm so excited about. There was a small delay with the roof. It was meant to come a couple of weeks ago, I think, at this stage. Maybe even a month ago, was it? I don't know, a while ago. So the other day what did I do the other day? Oh no, sorry, I went shopping the other day. No, no, never mind, cut.
Jill likes to shop, and seeing her choice of roof covering unboxed is a significant moment.
The suspense is killing me. So I'm a bit nervous about seeing the roof for the first time. The roof is red. I don't know how it's gonna look.
A red is a red roof.
Jill's anticipating buyer's remorse. It's the moment of truth.
I think it's nice.
Yeah.
Good choice, Jill. Well done.
The installation of the red oxide standing seam roof is a craft process in itself. To work around the dormer windows sketched out by Jill and architect Alex, the metal must be carefully bent and shaped, then aligned with the roof.
Okay, let's go, Jill, and see what this roof looks like. Oh my God, it looks good, doesn't it?
Oh
Doesn't look too
wow,
bad.
looks great.
But colour turns out to be a minor issue. Jill has just discovered that there is no roof for the link corridor between the old house and the new extension.
So yeah, I had thought that the red standing seam was going on with glass link as well, but I think there was a bit of a miscommunication because they actually aren't doing that piece.
There's no roofing to cover the glazed corridor.
But I think the engineer was pretty keen on getting it covered soon because I think it's going to rain and he doesn't want the timber that's up there to get wet. So I'm going to just cover it with plastic or something in the meantime while I source a roof for it.
For all Jill's careful planning, restoring an old building always throws up new challenges. 6 months of double jobbing in, she's got the shell of her first home. Now she just needs everything else. 29-year-old accountant Jill Levy has taken on the role of contractor on the conversion and construction of her first home, a 1930s school building in County Westmeath. She wants to move in by her 30th birthday in October. It's the end of March, and today marks a significant step. Her doors and windows have arrived. Jill's pleased with her purchase,
Oh wow, I love my back door.
but has to get used to them.
I don't know how I'm going to reach the handles.
The old school building is now sealed at last. But as March turns to April, Jill's got a problem with her floor levels. When the windows were fitted, they allowed less depth than Jill had anticipated for the insulation and the floor.
Because I'm doing hot concrete, I just need to make sure I have enough floor insulation, and then enough room to get 100 mil of concrete in that can be polished, because I understand if I get less than that, sometimes you can see the underfloor heating pipes and stuff because it's not deep.
Jill has had to become a building expert fast, learning on the job. She took on Hugh's advice about not using microcement, and with her budget diminishing, she now has to find an affordable way to achieve a concrete floor. To talk through options, Hugh has invited her to meet him in Dublin to look at a suburban house with a pared-back aesthetic to match her own Japandi aspirations.
Look at this now for a smashing entrance hall.
Wow, it's gorgeous.
Jill, I brought you to this house because I just love the scale of this room. It's not dissimilar in size to your big room. But you can see how open plan this is, and you're going to have the same, aren't you?
Yes, yeah. It'll be the same kind of kitchen, living, dining room all in one, yeah.
When I walk into that room, what's my wow?
I'm hoping to do the same floor throughout, so kind of a polished concrete.
Not dissimilar to this.
Yeah, I really like this finish.
The nice thing about this particular concrete floor is the very small amount of aggregate.
Aggregate is the fragments of stone mixed into the concrete.
When you look at it, there's sort of a bronze hue off it. The issue with a concrete floor, and that's why this one is so successful, is if you look at this room, it's actually broken into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
Yeah,
panels of concrete.
yeah,
And that means there's actually no cracking. If you have a bigger expanse of concrete, you're going to have cracking.
yeah,
So you will have to have the floor divided.
yeah,
And you need to think about that because it should relate to your kitchen and how any forms or lines are taken from there.
yeah.
I think it's important how you're going to zone the areas.
Then obviously where to put my expansion joints and everything. I don't really want them across the middle of the rooms.
Large areas of concrete tend to crack, so joints are essential.
Well, that it won't be the case. You'll have to have them across the middle of the room.
I want to hide them, you see.
You can't hide them. To be honest, that's what your joint's going to look like, other than you put a brass strip in or a stainless steel strip.
Choosing her floor joints is just one more decision for Jill. Back at her parents' house, Jill is ordering fixtures and fittings.
I do believe when you're making decisions, like you actually know the one that you want, but then sometimes when you get an opinion or whatever and somebody says yes or no, you kind of know that you know which one you want. Sometimes I'll throw things onto Instagram, you know, just do a little poll to see, you know, what the people think. But then sometimes I'm like, nah, you're all wrong. And the first one I did was about like my toilets. So I wasn't sure if I wanted a wall hung toilet or a toilet with like a cistern on the back, like kind of a traditional toilet or whatever. Now looking at the results, it was only 52-48. So 52% said normal toilet. It was close, basically. But I went with the people in that case.
Decisions aside, the tradespeople's work constructing the first floor means her budget's slipping away fast. So Jill is doing more and more of the physical work herself. Still aiming for an A energy rating, she's fearlessly taking on the expert job of DIYing her insulation and sealing in the edges of the windows.
I basically have decided to do the airtightness myself. I've taken a week off work and I thought it'd just be easy, kind of, you know, do the airtightness, it'll be grand. I did a course in Cavan. It was all about airtightness. So I'm now equipped to do all of the airtightness by myself.
Jill must block drafts by meticulously taping the edges of the windows.
It's kind of like lining a brownie tin, you know, when you have to like go into the corners and, you know, cut the baking papers.
Unlike with a single brownie tin though, here there are 25 windows to seal. Jill has confidence that she can take on any challenge. At the end of April, Hugh's dropping in to see how well that confidence has paid off.
Good morning.
Hello.
Fancy meeting you here. How are you?
Great.
Lovely
How are
to
you?
see you again.
Morning.
You're
Yes.
well.
Yes,
How are
very
you?
well.
Lovely
You
to
well?
see you. You're
Good to see you.
well.
Absolutely.
The outside looks terrific with the red roof.
As well as sharing a taste in baseball cap hard hats, Hugh approves of Jill's can-do spirit.
I power washed the whole wall.
Who did?
Me.
Oh, I love you. I think you're great.
Thanks.
See, I think what's interesting about you, Jill, is you come across a bit dizzy.
Okay.
But you're anything but. That's what's intriguing about you.
Jill's already been confident enough to change some of her plans to take on Hugh's ideas. And now he's feeling inspired again.
Yeah.
There was a discussion about leaving the concrete on the side exposed.
Yeah.
Because that's quite industrial, I'd keep the beams exposed. Because I think it's all in a genre and tone.
Okay.
Fabulous, right?
And like these will all come up.
Yeah, black. Yeah. Perfectly.
I just love that.
Yeah.
What's my ceiling finish in the hall?
Finished slab.
Why, do you have any other suggestion?
I think it'd be great to use timber. I think you're going to have to you'll need softening.
Okay. Just timber.
No, but nice timber. You'll have to guess.
Like a floor on the ceiling.
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
In the upstairs section of the extension, Hugh's concerned about the angling of her bedroom window to the nearby motorway.
In that window, at 12 o'clock at night, you're going to see the juggernauts going by, the lights.
No.
You will, Vincent.
Don't be shining in your window.
They are. There's an angle on the window. They'll become. I'm telling. Here.
No,
A tenner.
The bets are on. But despite Jill's hectic schedule, the odds of an autumn move-in date are slipping. She's working at weekends and evenings to fill in around her day job. On the list for May are painting the enormous new steel beam in the school and deciding on the rendering for the new build. She's opted for a textured finish, so she's asked the plasterer to mix brick dust into the render. In a surprise outcome, the extension is, wait for it, pink.
I don't really think I set out to have a pink house. You know, that kind of way. It just kind of happened.
By July, she's on a painting roll and is moving onto more creative ideas. Taking her DIY aesthetic to another level, she's invited Dublin-based Indonesian artist Priscilla Marissa and Oki Azawati to teach her how to make a bespoke artwork. Jill wants the artwork to cover up an ugly fuse box. The house's new pink theme is beginning to creep inside too.
Here we go. I've followed Priscilla for ages on Instagram and I loved her work, so she came down today, which I'm really grateful for. I think this colour is pretty good.
Yeah, I know. Very nice, Jill. Very natural.
Thanks.
Is this technique like something that you learn in school, Priscilla, or
From YouTube.
you know what?
I mean,
That's valid.
it is the best. Do you know sometimes you're like, I don't know where to start. But now I just know you just put all the stuff on the canvas and then just start.
Oki and Priscilla make it look easy, but they're always on the lookout for ways to take their designs to the next level.
Jill?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
It's so nice, yeah.
Because
it's gorgeous.
Okay. Because we were wondering, you know, the wall?
Yeah.
There's like a little bit brownish tone
Yeah.
on it. Is that is that the concept, or are you gonna is it gonna be clean out later, or?
No, this is the finished wall.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
The rain stains on the new walls were more a happy accident than a concept.
Do you want us to make this kind of similar to that? You know, put a little bit of brown there?
Maybe,
Yeah?
that'd be nice, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I didn't anticipate that I'd be painting anything pink, or having anything pink, to be fair. But it kind of just happened, and actually I really like it.
The house is getting pinker by the moment. But in midsummer, Jill is meeting historian Tomás McConmara to hear about a darker period in the school's history. The flat Midlands landscape of Coralstown is far away from the coast and the border in a neutral country. Yet this quiet village was once seen as under threat of invasion.
Jill, in the years just after the building you now call home was constructed, in September 1939, the Second World War was declared. And, very soon after the outbreak of the war, there was this sort of perceived threat that the Germans could come to Ireland as a way of approaching England from the back door. And here in places like Carlstown, it's really significant because, it's situated between Dublin and Colin Barracks in the Mullingar.
In 1940, Nazi spy Hermann Gortz successfully parachuted into nearby County Meath in full German military uniform and spent the war travelling around Ireland.
But in Carlstown and in the building you now call your home, there was one particular moment documented by a man called P.J. Boland, who went on to become the principal of the school later.
Tomas has given Jill a copy of the former principal's description of his boyhood recollections of the emergency.
One Saturday morning, I went to play football in the school playground with one of my pals. 2 local men were up on ladders, busily filling in the inscription on the plaque with putty.
Boland's story relates directly to the problematic school plaque.
Puzzled, I asked my dad, why are they doing this? His answer was rather brusque. It's a security measure against enemy agents/spies.
The 10-year-old could see a flaw in this plan.
But the German spies could scrape out the putty with a penknife. Anyway, they wouldn't know any Irish, and even if they found out that Ballycrail is Coralstown, what use could they make of that? It's all about the sign.
Thankfully, in the modern world, Jill doesn't need to cover up the school plaque. Because she couldn't extract the old plaque, she's paid out €700 to have a replica stone cut, carved and stuck on top.
Hopefully there won't be another world war, because otherwise I'll have to get out with the putty, and cover it up so people won't know where they are. Wow. The unveiling of the plaque.
After all the focus on the plaque, this part of the project, if nothing else, is complete. Jill soldiers on, taking on the complicated micro-cementing of her bathroom, deciding to knit her own blankets on top of everything else, and spray painting the walls. But in November, her 30th birthday and planned move-in date comes and goes without her dream home being finished.
Now, in a complete gear shift, I have some very, very sad news to bring you. My good friend, the hugely popular, one-of-a-kind architect and TV presenter, Hugh Wallace, has tragically passed away.
The weeks have passed, and while Hugh will always be deeply missed, his imprint and legacy will live on in restorations across Ireland for generations. None more so than Jill's, a home which I know he was so excited to see. Today, I am honoured to be visiting Jill's freshly completed schoolhouse on his behalf. I'm sure he would be so proud of what she has achieved and want us to celebrate that.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
No worries, come on in.
Thank you very much. Well, wowee.
In we go, through the school's original front doorway, emerging into the former classroom, now transformed into a dramatically bold and modern living space.
Welcome.
Oh my goodness. Wow. 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 I mean, it's breathtaking, and I think Hugh would be as blown away as I am. Congratulations. There's so many echoes of gorgeous Hugh in here. Yes. It's kind of amazing. Obviously the freestanding wall, which is a stunning piece of architectural advice.
Jill has showcased her design vision here, but she's the first to acknowledge Hugh's part in her decisions.
but I'm looking at the original front door.
Yes.
Are you happy you've kept the front door there?
I am, yes. Obviously, Hugh had suggested that I put the front door there, and the whole reasoning behind it, that you walked in and it was like a small space, and then you turned the corner and it was like, wow. And I think it has really worked. Like, you know, I think everybody that has walked in has had the same reaction when they come through to here. He made so many little tweaks and stuff that I was actually able to implement. So things like the glass link and kind of the position of that. So yeah, his input was definitely invaluable, and so many things wouldn't have ended up as they are or as nice as they are if it wasn't for his input.
Jill's openness to ideas and to learning on the job has paid off in her great choices.
I'm really struck by your good taste. The kitchen, I mean, it's just next level.
Yeah, the kitchen is one of my favourite parts of the house.
Jill commissioned her handcrafted stained oak kitchen.
You just have this futuristic hob.
I haven't gotten it fully wired properly yet, so I haven't actually cooked in it, which is...
You probably don't want to. It's like a piece
I know,
of art.
that's the thing. I'm kind of like, even if I could, I don't know if I want to boil my pasta on it. Like, you know, it's like... Oh.
I had watched footage and seen your selection of your switches and stuff, and I thought, oh, brave. But when I'm in the room, they actually punctuate the layout because everything else is quite muted. There's a sort of a gorgeous utilitarian marriage happening here.
Jill's bold design choices are tied together via a natural palette which plays out in all directions.
It's very obvious where you spent the money on the big ticket items, you know, the full deep retrofit renovation kitchen, but you've done so much yourself.
Yes. Mum made the curtains, Dad made the curtain rails.
The curtain rail, I mean, even the curtain rail is really slick.
There were loads of things like that that I did myself that really had an impact on the budget. So, you know, even like doing the micro cement in the bathrooms and...
Which is stunning.
While her new home couldn't look more high-end, it wouldn't have been affordable without Jill and her family's hard work and talent. From the artworks she painted or made from modelling clay, to the blanket she knitted, and to her parents' style-on-the-cheap curtains.
Shall we proceed into the gallery and discuss the floor, which I'm very excited about? Listen to my footwear on the floor.
Oh.
The glazed corridor linking the old building with the new now has character in its own right.
For me, Jill, this is the most impressive space in the build, but also the bravest. Like, this took vision. It's absolutely stunning. I'm calling this the gallery. And this exposed interior wall here is a feature.
Yes.
Which was Hugh's idea.
It was.
I love it. And also the latted finish on the roof as opposed to the back wall is just a clever device.
Hugh advised Jill that a beamed timber ceiling would contrast well with the sleek glass, smooth walls and concrete floor.
Apart from your many triumphs, definitely one of the standout ones for me is that you did this poured concrete floor yourself. Like, you've upended an industry now.
Yeah, well, I definitely think it is one of the like nicest things in the house. It's definitely one of the places that I've saved the most.
Jill's floor looks faultless, but it's a super cheap DIY hack. She roped in her mum and dad as fellow labourers, and the three of them sealed and polished the underlayer of concrete together.
I've seen prices of this, a place this size, 17 to 25 grand.
I would have had to spend on the concrete
Anyway.
and on the screeder anyway. So really the only other outlay was like the €300 I spent on the matte sealer. Yeah.
I don't often do this, but high five. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, so it's...
That's amazing.
We head up the stunningly simple stairs which Jill designed herself, past her bathroom and her open plan office, where she will work from home, to her pared down bedroom.
Wow. The master suite. Hugh was convinced, and in fact bet you a tenner, that you can see the lights at night. And I have to find out, was he right?
You can see lights, but like they're not beaming in the window, you know.
So Hugh would have won the bet. It depends on the season.
Yes, it does. Yeah, seasonal.
The passing head and taillights don't detract from this peaceful room and will only be visible when the trees are bare. Still, Hugh had a point.
You would have slipped him a fiver.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I know that you mentioned Wabi Sabi, and this room really feels like that, decluttered, a tranquil place, this very cleverly placed barrier from anything else to let you sleep well.
The freestanding headboard which Jill designed brings with it some of the sleek Scandi style which her grandmother once favoured.
I don't think it is like wabi-sabi per se. I feel like my original kind of inspo was a lot more creams, beiges, browns. And I think it did evolve over the course of the build because I was finding pieces that I liked and they weren't necessarily wabi-sabi. And yeah, overall it still is kind of minimal and, you know, earthy because like there are kind of greens and terracotta and kind of other reds.
It's grounded and muted, yeah.
But it definitely is minimal.
Even looking here, the angles on the light, see the wall hits the
Oh,
light.
yes, yeah.
It's so like it'd be a gorgeous photograph.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so architectural.
Don't think I nailed the wabi-sabi though.
Yeah. Oh, you nailed the wabi-sabi.
But
I've never seen such a messy bed in my life.
yeah. There's beauty in the undone.
That's her excuse. Downstairs there's another set of elegantly undone linen in the spare bedroom, alongside the main bathroom. There's also a third bedroom yet to be finished, but we're heading to the warmth of the signature hearth in the kitchen to get down to brass tacks.
So give me the hard figures.
So I bought the house and site for 180,000. Then I spent 310 on the build. And then I'm still spending on the fixtures and fittings. So I'd estimate at the moment, you know, I've probably spent about 40 to 50 on finishes.
It's a startlingly low figure, given the spectacular finish on such a large scale.
How much of that was grant?
So I got the derelict building grant, which was 70,000. And then I got about 16,000 from the SEAI for my heat pump and the external insulation and the attic insulation in
So
the
you're
old
talking
part.
about 86 in grant, and that's
Yeah.
you've built that into your 310.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, there were lots of savings within that as well.
The savings were made possible because of the many elements which Jill and her family took on themselves.
The floor, the airtightness, the micro cement, all of the runs Dad would have done to say the dump with various things. And then Mom, she helped with loads of the kind of finishing touches and making the cushions and the curtains.
Her creativity also motivated others to get involved in this impressive and ultimately fun project.
You definitely have the ability to inspire people to help you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I wonder, is there a column on your spreadsheet for goodwill, right? So
Yeah.
what's the value on them?
Oh, I'd say it's huge.
It is huge, isn't it?
Yeah, I probably couldn't even put a figure on it, like, but just in terms of everyone that helped me along the way, you know, obviously could not have done it without them.
Hugh's insight and inspiration is also present throughout the building.
Looking back on the experience and
Yeah.
bringing Hugh into your life, how would you sum it up?
It was definitely motivational. Hugh was so kind of enthusiastic and, you know, wanted to hear about all the progress and, you know, was coming down to visit the site and wanted to see everything and every detail. And it kind of kept me going when there were lulls or times that I was like, oh.
Nice,
So, yeah.
nice.
Hugh's expertise combined with Jill's willingness to take on his suggestions really made this project shine.
You have created your own magnificent home at the ripe old age of 30. So congratulations. All of this house is curated by you. It literally is your personality everywhere. That's exceptional.
I just hope I haven't peaked too soon.
If this is Jill's peak, it's Olympian. But I have a feeling after her success here, she will go on to even greater heights.
Hugh was full of admiration for Jill's organised and positive approach right from the start. He would be very impressed with the end result. In fact, he told his team he knew this was going to be a spectacular job. And a spectacular job it is, thanks to her own elbow grease and her ability to convince others to get involved, and her courage of conviction when making a decision. She has created a stunningly unique and comfortable home. She's only 30, and Jill has created a home for life.
In her home turf of Westmeath, but with her job and the capital city fully in reach.